Hi, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining. Even before we get started, we will do a quick poll just to get to know you. How many of you are actually doing email marketing in your workflows? There should be a poll on your screen now, and if you can just quickly vote, uh, we will craft our webinar accordingly. All right, I see that some of you are using it and you have recently started. Some of you have recently started, and most of you are not using it. So great that some of you have already started it. And for those who have not started it, I would really urge you to get onto it. It's the best marketing platform out there. So just to really prove my point, here is some data right in front of you. So every dollar that you spend on marketing, on email marketing, you get up to $42 in return. And it is a better platform when compared to getting conversions out of it. So which is like, if you just consider social media, on social media, there are a lot of vanity metrics that most of the brands and, fitness influencers as brands are chasing. So which don't necessarily give you return, although I am not trying to say that social media is not important. It's just that it requires way more efforts and the return is not that great. So because of which, and if this is not enough, there are some more quick matrix. I'll not spend a lot of time on it, but just to set the stage, the lead conversion that you see, 20 to 35% of email sequences if you run. I'm not sure. I did not ask that question yet, but maybe some of you are running automations. But email automation, that is something we will talk about a little later in the webinar. But automation is important, and those sequences convert your trial users 20 to 35% of the time. Every time you send an email, uh, you earn $0.44. That is like if you send 5,000 emails in a month, you can, and if you do it right, the chances are you can earn up to $2,000 by sending just 5,000 emails. So building that email list is super important. There are users who are doing it all the time, downloading your app, registering, but do not convert. There are people who are, maybe signing up for a free trial, or uh, signing up for that plan, but some most of the time, the conversion rates revolve around 5 to 10% in a very good case. So they end up dropping that time, and that is where email marketing play an important role. And you will see that sending out those 5,000 emails is largely negligible. The cost is largely negligible associated with it, to a few $100s, and out of and that you can convert very aggressively if you are running the right marketing campaigns, and which we will talk about a little later in this webinar. uh, Apart from that, retention is also one thing that I have seen some of our trainers, without naming them. One of our trainers also did a webinar on email marketing last year, and she has been doing it quite well. Among all the trainers I speak with, she's one of the best out there, and I will share some of her secrets out today. Uh, Apart from that, if we look at fitness industry in general, the open rates are pretty decent. Like 22% is an above average open rate if you compare it with other industry like insurance and other. So it's a solid reason to be on email marketing. And unsubscription is also quite low, because when it comes to social media, we don't really own those followers, and algorithms keep changing. But email is one channel which has remained static. I would not say static is not the right word, but it has been one channel which has remained profitable for many, many years. So, if I just talk about FitBudd, I cannot share that confidential data, but I can gladly share with you that email is one channel that gives us the best conversion. And we are pretty much running all the channels out there. Um, yeah. Moving on to what makes a good email. So I see that some of you are already doing it, and we would love to, hear from you as well. Like, what is it that works for you? And I mean, in our community, we can please feel free to share your learnings. But this is what we have come across, and this is some of this is standard, and some of this is our learning, which we want to share. Like, personalization. So you might have seen a lot of emails that come with, hey Sarah, hey John, and so that gives a personal touch. And personalization, if you're using tools like MailChimp and all, you can even personalize the subject line. So for example, Kinshuk still thinking about us. Uh, uh, Kinshuk, action required. You signed up on the website, but did not really purchase the plan. Something of that sort, really connects. So okay, that person knows my name, so I might have interacted with that person in the past. So personalization is important as much as possible. Use it, and because we are in this client-facing role as a fitness professional, it always works. Segmentation is again important. Like if we just look at this email, for example, we saw personalization. Now you see, I mean, the first line reads like, you downloaded our app 3 days ago. So this is one sort of a segment that we are targeting. This user belongs to the segment which is downloading your app, which is registering on your website, signing up for that plan, but somewhere, not entering the card details, somewhere dropping out. So what is it? The people are in two minds. I mean, and we can't blame them for it. And email is one tool which you can, use it, because just when user has interacted with your website or your app, that 1 hour, from the time they sign up is super important. So if you reach out to them, and it is not possible if you are trying to do it manually, how much can you keep track of? Maybe you are, it's night time when, somebody has signed up on your website or downloaded your app, and the next day, the spark is gone. But automation, what it does is it lets you target those in sniper mode without any human error, and you can send those campaigns right there, then and there. So that's where, segmentation, you can create multiple segments, like the one where we were talking about leads who do not sign up, or trial users who are, trying your fitness plan, 7-day fitness plan, or 15-day fitness trial that you're offering. um, so likewise, there can be separate segments. So segmentation is important. Otherwise, what will happen is, if you just have, say, an email list, and you just bombard emails out there, there's no segmentation, then there is, I mean, we could be talking something really uh, out of place to somebody who we should not be talking to. So hence segmentation is important. Mobile optimization, I mean, I think this is a no-brainer. All our emails have to be mobile optimized. Like for example, this email, I am not so sure if I were to render this email on mobile, will this CTA be visible? Then if this CTA is not visible in the first scroll, then I don't think this makes a good email. So your email needs to be properly optimized, which brings me to the next point, like clear call to action. So generally what helps, and this is something we have tested over years, uh, and what has worked for us is double CTAs. So have a CTA in your first fold, where you, because most of the time people just skim through the email, and if that CTA is there in the first fold, you have the opportunity to grab attention. So do that, highlight important parts, and keep your content engaging. I will just rush through the rest of the point, because I guess, I mean, uh, uh, um, we all know, I mean, engaging content is something that is important. We will share some prompts also with you, which can help you with that. But I would always, reiterate that as much as possible, put your personal touch in the content that you put out. Highlight important part and rest of the things. A/B testing, we will not delve into it a lot, because I see that most of you have not started email marketing yet. But just to give you a brief overview of it, what it does is, say, for example, you start an email drip, or an email sequence, automated email sequence on a particular segment. And you are not sure, maybe start today. For example, this has two CTAs. By the way, don't have two CTAs which say two different things. So I don't know if this does something else, or this does something else, unless there are two intentions. And generally, it is a best practice to have only I mean, you can have multiple CTAs buttons, but those CTA copies should be same. The content should be same. I intentionally put two CTAs just to give you a brief overview of what an A/B test could look like. So one email that you create, say 50% of your emails go with a CTA that says start today, only $9, and the other CTA claim this deal now. And what will happen is, say you send out 100 emails. After 100 emails, you can see very clearly see, okay, 50% of the users who receive this email, what is the CTR, click through ratio, like say out of those 50, say 10 clicked it, but say on the second CTA, out of the 50, 15 clicked it. So clearly, you have now data. I mean, this is very simple but important data that, okay, claim this deal now somehow works better. Okay, I'm not trying to talk in favor of any particular city. I'm just giving you an example. It could very well be, other way around. So yeah, that way you can get into, A/B testing, and just like we saw a small glimpse of how data is important. So that's why, regularly sending out those campaigns and regularly tweaking those campaigns based on the data that you keep collecting is very important. Like we just talked about one element, which is CTR. Another element is open rate. So what kind of subject lines that are working, whether banners work better versus, just plain text email like this one, should I have put an email banner on top? So sometimes, what happens is, if you put an email banner, what we have seen is generally they land in promotion. So that is something you would want to avoid. So, you might want to, when you are creating your email for the first time, just send it to your new inbox. Maybe, just create a dummy Google email and see whether that email lands in your inbox or not when you send it from your account, MailChimp or any other service provider that you're using. Now, we briefly talked about automated versus manual campaigns. Now, this webinar, we wouldn't need this webinar if we were just doing manual campaigns. I mean, manual campaigns are not something, while you should run it, what it does is, I mean, we need to identify when to run manual campaigns and when to run automated campaigns. I will quickly jump on the recommendation before I even go through all these points. Uh, so, I mean, before yeah, there is a poll. I just want to understand how many of you already have a MailChimp account or any other email service provider. Let's just wait for everybody to vote here. Yeah, so I see that most of you do not have any ESP, email service provider. So this is again, I would really recommend you to get a MailChimp account. MailChimp, why? Because it's simple, and the bright side is it also connects with FitBudd, which we will talk about later. As such, even if you are using some other ESP, it's completely fine. I am just recommending MailChimp because most of the trainers that I work with and we work with, and most of the businesses, also small businesses and medium-sized businesses we work with, MailChimp works quite well. You don't need to spend time on setting up a lot of technical stuff that goes into email marketing infrastructure. You just need to verify your email and you are, good to go. You don't need any technical skills. That's why I would really recommend you to use MailChimp or similar email service provider. Coming back to automated versus manual campaigns, and why we ask this question is because you would need an equivalent MailChimp or an equivalent email service provider to run automated campaigns. And if I talk about, if you want to run a successful email marketing campaign and really get that you know earn that dollar which we were talking about every email that you send, then you need to have at least 80% of your emails going out automatically. The rest of the 20% can be manual, which you can decide, okay, once in 10 days, because you can also not, always pull out. I mean, being a fitness professional is, I understand, I mean, it can be busy. So, and automation really, shines out there. I mean, that's why, I mean, I have put time investment right there on top, because you just have to set up once, you have to just segment your audience, and write those content and just put your automation. Then you have to fire and forget about it. You don't have to go back. I mean, yes, occasionally do a check once in a week or once in 15 days, how it's going, what are the open rates, and tweak a little bit here and there. But you don't have to write campaign every time and then go manually draft an email template, then create a list, then send it, because FitBudd will make it super easy for you over there. While, I mean, I'll come to that. I'll come to that, how it gets super easy with FitBudd. But yes, I mean, the point is, the time investment is just one time here, and this requires, manually sending it each time, and that requires segmentation and everything, making list, a lot of other things. Personalization is also high over here, because there are different triggers that you can use. We will talk about these triggers. Please don't be overwhelmed by some of the words that I use, like trigger or events and all these things. They might sound overwhelming, but I assure you they are super simple. Just think of them as, something happening on your website or in your app, because of which. So for example, a trigger is as simple as, somebody starts free trial. Okay, or trigger is as simple as somebody signs up on your website or downloads your app. All these are triggers or events. Okay, so I hope that is clear. So, but in case of manual, that can be, uh, too much to create lists every time, because it does not get if, since it is not automated, you will have to create those lists every time, and you'll have to create those templates every time. I think it's not advisable to invest so much time. We will talk about briefly, when you should do manual campaigns, but largely all your campaigns should be automated. That's how most of the businesses, are able to really make the most out of email marketing. Scalability is, again, I mean, all the points that we talked about, it's infinitely scalable, because you can have as many automations as you want. But in case of manual campaigns, it is limited and it is time consuming. Again, time is one factor that will come in each aspect that we are talking about here, because everything that you want to do, and if you just want to do it manually, it will take your time. Personalization, scalability, consistency. You can't be consistent, with manual campaigns, because it requires, like, maybe you are, you're just not feeling right today. You don't want to do it. So, you miss out on it. But it does not matter. Once you set automated campaigns, you can sleep over it. You can not, if you want, you can just avoid touching it for a month, but it will keep running. It will keep running your workflows. It will keep sending the right emails to the right segment, right audience, and nudging them. And you will actually see these email campaigns actually converting for you into dollars. So best use cases briefly: welcome sequences, trial nurturing, win back campaigns, birthday emails, and you can think of n number of things. You want to just delight users who have actually paid and have actually converted into an active client. So you can have a segment on the that as well. We'll talk about four best use cases later, but since I want to share this deck with you later on, so that uh, and that's why we have kept it content heavy, so that there is information for you to refer to later. Yeah, talking about MailChimp and FitBudd integration. So I'm not sure how many of you are on Pro plan here. But Ashwita, do we have a poll over here?
Yes, I launch it.
Yeah, we'll just wait for 30 seconds for everyone to take this poll, and then we'll carry on. All right. While the poll results come in, and I see that some of you are already doing special offers via email, and that's great. Uh, Personal messages are also great. That's great. But I see that most of you do not have a win back strategy, a strategy to reach out to inactive clients, and I think I'm sorry to say that, but although it's like we have an opportunity to do that right, set that right, and email is a very good starting point, and we will learn about that in a few moments. And that's where FitBudd and Mailchimp integration comes in very handy. If you are on Elite plan or Super Pro plan, you already have it. So FitBudd Mailchimp integration is only available on Super Pro or Elite plan. So in case you are on Pro plan and you want to start using Mailchimp, you can speak with our team, and Aishwarya will also drop link in the chat, and you can consider exploring that plan. As such, this is not a sales page, and I really don't want to. I just had to share this information so that I don't mislead anybody over here. But it's not a sales page. What I want to talk about is you can very well run these campaigns manually as well, because Fitbit allows you to download this data from your Fitbit account, and then you can what do you call it? You can, sorry, just a second. Yeah, you can then upload those lists into MailChimp and run your campaigns. But just that Fitbit and MailChimp integration makes it super, super easy and way more profitable. And there are trainers out there who are actually using it extensively and benefiting from it. I've been with Fitbit for over 4 years now, and I know trainers who have been with us for 4 years using Mailchimp aggressively, and so many of them have worked closely with me in setting up their Mailchimp account, and setting up those campaigns, and they're quite happy with it. um, we are happy to help you, but once we are done with this webinar, I am confident that you would be you know totally able to do it on your own. Now, what are these tags and what happens with Fitbit and Mailchimp integration? We will do a quick demo, so stay with us till the end of the webinar, because that is an important part. It's as such super simple. From your dashboard, you will be able to do it. You will need a Mailchimp account. So once you connect Mailchimp with Fitbit, which is a super easy way to do it, Kunal will do a short demo on that. Once you do that, these tags start flowing in your Mailchimp account. And when these tags start flowing in your MailChimp account, these tags can be used to manipulate MailChimp into sending campaigns at the right point of time. Like, for example, web lead, app lead. Somebody comes on your website or downloads your app, but does not say, if they come from your website, we will pass app lead. Okay. That tag is all automatically, and don't worry about it. We will show you a glimpse of it also, like how it will look like. Kunal will show you that. So app lead tag is available. You will see it very clearly, in your contact section, that app lead tag is available. Okay, so this contact has come from lead, but did not convert. It's been a day, did not convert. 2 days, did not convert. So many 90% of the leads do not convert. And that's not a problem that only you are facing. So if you're facing it, it's not a point to be discouraged. Every business out there has to go through this process, and that's why there are nurturing campaigns. That's why there are billion-dollar companies like Netcore and Twilio and all such companies are out there which are running these email tools. We don't have to go too deep into it, but just to establish how we can use these tags, Kunal will show you a demo. But these tags are automatically synced to your Mailchimp account. So, for example, say I, Kinshuk, tomorrow comes on your website, I become a web lead. But something changes. Nah, the plan is too expensive. There's no offer. I don't want to sign up. So in that 1 hour itself, you have to, trigger an email to me. You have to say, hey, Kinshuk, by the way, we are running a free trial also if you are, totally not ready to commit. So here's the link. Just follow the link and, you can start the free trial. Now that is something interesting that I want to do. So, and this is not something I'm making it up, this is something that works, and we have tested it over a period of time. We have trainers who would swear by it. These are strategies that really work. And that's why, I mean, this automatic sync is super important. Because, so say you have 10 days journey going on, and on the fifth day, you send the third email, and first two emails did not convert me, but the third email that you send, hey Kinshuk, still thinking about us, something something, I'm sure you can write much better copy than me, but we will share some prompts that can help you get started, but put that personal touch, and you give something, really really, you make an offer which I just can't refuse, Godfather like. So, and on that fifth day I convert. Then, although while you have your campaign set for say 10 days, and you have 10 emails in that drip, I will not receive the next email, because what FitBudd does is it will real time sync your tags, like status update will happen, web lead will get removed, I am on the free trial now, trial tag will automatically get added. So now you have also created, because you are a smart marketer, you have also added a drip for trial users, and trial, when system realizes, okay, this is a trial tag, I need to remove this contact from the web lead, app lead, this thing, and I need to start sending out this particular campaign. Then I start receiving those trial emails. So that's how everything is automated, it is behavior based, uh, um, uh, whatever your prospects are doing, or whatever your clients are doing, based on that you can trigger these emails, which can be really beneficial for you. Like, I mean, just getting deep into it, I have also added an artifact over here. You can open it and see it. This is a public link. So two things we are seeing here is lead nurturing campaign and trial user campaign. This is one of the most, if not the most important nurturing campaign that you should start right away, which should go out to all your web leads and app leads. These tags are already available. If you are on a super pro or elite plan, you can start using it right away. If not, you can consider upgrading to super pro plan and start with these campaigns. So if you just consider this, I'll not read this out, but it is right there for you to consume. So these are just some ideas that I came up with. I mean, maybe you can come up with your own ideas, and maybe you might have some of your own success stories that you want to share. Now, I'll tell you one thing. If you want to run an ad tomorrow, try doing this. If you want to run an ad tomorrow of showing transformation, okay, transformation story, you won't be able to do that. Social media won't allow you to do that. I'm not talking about what do you call it, organic. I'm talking about running an ad. Social media won't allow you to do that, but email does not have such restrictions. You can share your success stories, you can share before after photos, and all these things. You can share free workout sessions, or some special workouts that you have, and keep motivating those users into that journey. So yeah, a web lead and app lead. What we have done on this slide is we have also put a prompt that you can use to feed ChatGPT. Please feel free to fill in the placeholders that we have put, like what your fitness business is, that offer that you want to include in this email sequence, what your target audience is, whether you maybe you only focus on 50 plus, or you only focus on people who are into weight loss. So depending on that, you can set your target audience. So when you have such structured prompt, the results that come out will also be better. But again, I mean, sorry for being repetitive, but try as much as possible to uh, customize these campaigns. So yeah, quickly, when it's lead nurturing, you have to use web lead and app lead tag. When it is trials, the user is on trial, tag lead, sorry, web lead and app lead tag disappear. Trial tag is there. So use trial tag. It will automatically happen. Then there is a prompt. This artifact we already looked at. When you have the deck handy, you can go through it. And if you have any questions, we can take them at the end of towards the end of the webinar. Inactive users. Now we did a poll on this, like how many of you are actually have a strategy. So some of you are already doing it. I'm not sure how many of you are actually doing it automatically, because we talked about events, triggers are super important. And I'm telling you why, because we do it very aggressively, and we know, and that when the user has just gone inactive, that is the moment you need to reach out to them. it can't be like after 24 hours. If they have gone inactive, they've canceled your account, FitBudd will automatically update your MailChimp data for all the users who go inactive. If 100 users are going inactive, if one user is going inactive, the data is passed and your campaigns are triggered automatically, because that's when you can gather feedback. That's when you can share some success stories, run those things, actually understand what are the pain points, why the user went inactive. And the chances are, and if you look at the expected results here, I have mentioned expected results. By the way, I did not cover that, but I have mentioned expected results for each of these campaigns that you will hopefully start doing on from your MailChimp or similar ESP. So from trial users, for example, you can expect 65% of those trial users to convert if you run email campaigns. I am not sure. Go back and see how many of your trial users actually convert or how many of them actually drop out. And based on that, you can set your own benchmark. But this is something you should expect minimum. You see that, open rates are also high for trial users because they have trusted you and come so far. So they are interacting with you. So the likelihood of them opening your email is way higher. Here the user has gone inactive, so that's why, I mean, the benchmark, and this is based on industry standards as well, the inactive users tend to ignore emails, but still, reactivation percentage is 15% is not bad. If 10 users, or say, 50, 100 users who go inactive, if you can convert 15 of them, I think that's a pretty good win. Active users, again, very important segment. Those users, those who start paying, they need to be delighted. So what kind of campaigns you can send to them. These are also some examples, but you can think of your own. Maybe you want to share special workouts, you want to share some new techniques that you have come up with. You want to run a referral campaign, like refer a friend and get $50 off, or you can maybe give them offers and that also gives you uh, an opportunity to have that word of mouth publicity out of it. So again, these are just some examples, but while prompting ChatGPT, I'm sure we can generate a lot many of them. uh, I think, yeah, that's about it for now. I mean, I will hand it over to Kunal, who will take you through the demo of MailChimp setup, how to do it, and the integration as well. Uh, as well as we will also see how to set up your account and audience creation, how it works, how the tags are passed. And apart from that, Kunal will also take you through an automated campaign. Because we have limited time, we will touch upon one particular campaign, which would be for web lead and app lead. This is one of the most important segment, I would say. If you're starting email marketing, this is one campaign that you should start today. So this is the most important segment for you, and this is what we will cover. But largely, you will see that fundamentally, once you understand how tags work and how to use it, I'm quite confident that you will be able to create as many campaigns, or as many campaigns for as many segments out there. Yeah, over to you, Kunal.
Thanks, Kinshuk. Hey everyone. I'll just share my screen. Give me a second. If someone can confirm if my screen is visible.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. As Kinshuk said, I'll be taking you through the setting up of your MailChimp account. So to begin with, under settings of your FitBudd account, you'll find this Connect MailChimp. And once you have connected your MailChimp account, so it's pretty simple. Like you have to just click a button, which is sync leads, and this will automatically get synced along with the tags that Kinshuk just mentioned. So once this setup is done, uh, you can check your MailChimp account. Just a second. I think I got logged out. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So on your Mailchimp account, you can find these tabs over here: home, campaigns, automations, audience. So out of this, this automation is used to create your email journeys. So before we move on to that, let's check out the audience tab, because here you have all the contacts to which you will be sending your emails. So all the contacts that have, come to your website and submitted a lead form, or shown an interest to purchase a plan, you'll find them here. So I'll just give a quick example of how the lead comes over here. So suppose this is your website, and a user comes to the plans page, and suppose he selects this 21 days plan, and the user enters the email ID over here, um, and basically he's submitting his information. The user is submitting the information over here, uh, and this will pass to your Mailchimp account. So if you go to your Mailchimp account and you check it out, the contacts page, you'll find that uh, you'll find the email over here. So this is the email that we entered, and it has passed to your Mailchimp account. And along with that, you can see the tags that have come over here. Since it was a web lead, it has been tagged to the web lead. If it would have been an app lead, this would have been app lead. And since it was from this plan name, so you also have that plan name tagged over here. Consequently, when the user moves from lead to active trial or active, these tags keep changing, as Kinshuk illustrated. So once we have this audience in place, so we can move on to automation. So in automations, in order to create a journey or a flow, we call it flow on MailChimp. So all flows is a place where you can find all the flows that you have created, all the automated flows which send emails to user. So now I'm going to create a simple flow which is basically lead nurturing, the first stage of the lead. So we can start with build from scratch, and here you'll be asked to enter a name. Suppose we want to welcome the user, so we create this. We choose a starting point after this. So a starting point is basically when the flow will start. So the user must do some activity or some kind of tag should be added to the user, then this journey starts. So since we are using tags, we'll select this tag added. And here you can see this is the beginning of the workflow, basically. And yeah, so we have to set a tag as the first step. So here we have all these tags. So suppose if it is an app lead, we'll select app lead and we'll save this trigger. So now the starting point is set. So when a lead comes in through the app, it will get tagged here. And as a next step, you can you can do two things. You can either send an email immediately, or you can wait for some time, because the lead might book a trial or might also convert. So we can wait for some time. Otherwise, you can send an email, but the context of the email should be likewise. So if we are sending an email immediately, it should be like a welcoming email, where we are you're not focusing much on conversion, but welcoming the user. And here is all the settings of the email you'll find. So you just have to select a template, um, click on select a template, and then you have all these layouts and everything. But uh, I have already created um, a, a email of test email of sorts. So you can create your own email. uh, you can apply it, and then if you want, you can edit it as well. So on the left side, you can see there is all these blocks that you can add in your email. So I have used this image block, this text block, this social block, where you can enter all your social media credentials, and user can navigate to that. So after designing this email, well, this is a basic email like thanks for signing up and all. So after designing the email, you just have to save it and return to the journey. And you'll see that the action block has been added. Um, so after that, a general practice is to add a delay after sending an email, because you don't want to bother the user again and again, like in a continuous manner. So you can add a time delay, and you can add a 2 days of delay over here. So after waiting 2 days, it will send the like the next action will take place. So moving on to the next action, can somebody say what should it be? Should we send the email directly, or there will be some other check? So reply yes if you think I should directly send the email. Okay. So I'll just tell you the next step. Since we are looking at app lead only, so there might be chances that that lead might have converted or moved on to a trial user. So the tags will change over there. So what we need to do is we need to check that if it is still under app lead or it has moved on. So we add a if else condition. So the if else condition will basically segment the data. So we choose tags over here since we are using tags to classify the data. And we again select as app lead, and we use this segment. So you have two conditions created over here, which is if the user is still an app lead, it will go to yes, else it will go to no. So if it is still an app lead, we send another email to the user. So you add another step, and then again you send an email. So I'll just select the existing email that I've created, but you can create different emails in MailChimp, and you can add them to uh, the flow. So I selected this again, the same process of editing the email and saving it. Uh, so yeah, here you have the second email after 2 days of delay and checking if it is still an app lead. So what you do after this is you can repeat this loop again. You can wait for 2 days, add a delay again, and you can repeat this loop 2 to 4 times, so that you can cover around 2 weeks of time, and keep the user engaged. So you can add delay again. You have to check that if it is still an app lead, add those conditions, and again send the email. So you can repeat this loop 4 to 5 times to keep this flow duration to about 2 weeks. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, that's all from the automation front on MailChimp. Uh, Over to Ashwarya now.
Thank you so much, Kinshuk and Kunal. Those were some great insights and practical strategies. I hope every coach here learned something valuable today. We've reached the final segment of today's webinar, the Q&A session. So if you have any questions for our team, please feel free to drop them in the chat. And while those are coming in, I'd like to take a quick moment to reintroduce FitBudd, especially for those who might have joined late or haven't explored the platform yet. In summary, FitBudd helps you grow your fitness business with the power of your branded app. Our platform is the only tool you'd ever need to seamlessly run your fitness business and build a robust digital brand. So for those who are interested in experiencing FitBudd firsthand, we offer a 30-day free trial. You can explore more and you can also schedule a demo with our team using the link that we'll drop in the chat. Please, coaches, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat and I'll. Okay, we've got one.
Allow me to take that. Thank you for that question. And that's a brilliant question. Actually, it's one of those where if you're just starting out, uh, one is that you might have some emails with you, and if you don't, then use all the channels available to you, including social media, including activate all your channels and put some or the other offer, or if you have ebooks, put those ebooks out there. Freebies work the best. If you can share those resources with them, have a neat and clean landing page, that works quite well. So it does not always have to be that you are selling your plan. Sharing resources on and all can be a great way of building your email list. We will also share across some examples on good email strategies on building these email lists, which can be beneficial for you. So if there are no more questions, I guess we can conclude this webinar.
I think we'll wait for 1 minute more. Coaches,
Yeah.
any questions, please drop them in the chat. We'll wait. Let me also share the PPT with all of you. There's another question, Kinshuk and Kunal, if you would want to take that up.
So I guess MailChimp provides it separately. FitBudd does not give landing pages. FitBudd helps you run campaigns. But if you want to build landing pages, you can use tools like, there are some good tools like Insta Pages where you can build your landing pages. That's a very handy tool to build landing pages, and it's not that expensive. And Active Campaign is another tool where you can run your campaigns as well as build landing pages. Mailchimp, Mailchimp, I don't think allows you to build landing pages. I have not come across anybody who's using Mailchimp to build landing pages. Let me do a quick research and share it with you. Okay, so MailChimp does allow you to build landing pages. Intuit is their platform. So yes, you can build landing pages with MailChimp.
I think we'll conclude the webinar. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We've got more exciting and valuable sessions coming soon. So to stay updated, keep an eye on your inbox and follow us on our social media channels. All the links are in the chat. Until then, take care and happy training.
Thank you. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.